Hi, I believe this is my first video of this grand year. So, hi, here we are. We made it, 2022, and quite an auspicious year. Anyways, we'll get into all that after, because first, actually, I want to read you something by Sandra Walter, who I've read one of her messages before. She has a website called ascensionpath.com. Incredible soul who's been braving along for many years, talking about all things which seemed crazy, and I bring it to you. So here we go. It's a talk about energy, so if that doesn't sort of resonate or suit you, off you go, bye. Anyways, here we are. It's a short one, and then yeah, other stuff. So she starts out: blessings, beloveds. The 4 messages below, received over the last few days, received over the last few weeks of consciousness shifting influxes, are encoded for what is unfolding in this now with our ascension. The terms come in vision in bold golden letters with a sea of crystalline plasma behind them, like the image above. I'll link the newsletter. They have expanded meaning and light codes for your personal journey. Meditate on them to unpack what is delivered here. The first one, Infinite Christ, a new level of crystalline Christ unity consciousness which changes collective realities. 2, Pure Stream. We serve as open conduits of brand new light flowing into these realms. 3, Biophotonic reseeding. Transformation via the new Stargate openings within the planetary realms and crystalline stargates of the DNA and cells. And 4, Cosmic reunion, perhaps the most powerful consciousness shifting experience in this now, the recovery of the cosmic self, reconnected in full awareness of its divine presence. Title, Cosmic Light in 2022. The initial cosmic light waves of 2022 complete their trajectory sorting phase on January 19th. For many, it won't feel like a new year until after this initial wave. Kind while the much higher frequencies and acceleration of revelation, shifting magnetics, and a powerful year of rapid change is upon us. 2022 is a very different energy. It is exciting, challenging, cosmic, and fast. The full 2-hour replay of the January Presence event is available at, and I shall link that in the description below. She finishes off by saying, deep gratitude for taking a moment to align pure intent and creations. Self-evaluation prompts for 2022, and then another link. She's awesome. Really, go to her website. She's so brilliant. I've never met her, but hey, all energy, right? So anyways, I wanted to share that because I believe it was last week when I made, it was in this past week, after making yet another shift, which means moving home for the second time in 2 weeks, fourth time, I don't know, I've lost track now. In any case, a lot of shifting has been going on. And to be honest with you, at the end of November, I was like, okay, let's do it. This is our leap of faith, we go. And armed with my backpack, laptop, and yoga mat, I literally took a leap of faith. It's a big story. There's a book, which will come out one day, just for December. It was massive, and it was incredibly expansive. So I'm going to keep coming back to, yes, it looks like it's mental out there in the world if you're paying attention to the world. Otherwise, when you tune into yourself in your inner world, holy smokes, I cannot even begin to tell you what awaits you. I mean, I can't, the things, I can't make this stuff up. Like, it's been mental in such a good way. I've met beautiful people. I've had such, it's just let's put it this way. If you can let go of the old world and step into the new, the foundation of the sort of new world, no, let's go back to normal, because that ain't happening, baby. The foundation, the new foundation, is love, unconditional. Well, it is in my world anyways, and I invite you to join me, because it's such a good place. Anyways, what I wanted to relay based on what Sandra Walter said, and there's so much tied into this and connected with it. With Sandra Walter, I talked about Ben Davidson recently, who has a channel, Suspicious Observers, and he talks about the cyclical nature of our Earth in relation specifically to the climate, and the sun, all things astrophysics, all things incredible. Anyways, so you know, Sandra Walter connected with Ben Davidson. I mean, they're not connected, but in my mind, in my surmise, you know, they're each saying the same thing. If you would tune into Ben for even a second and see his videos on catastrophism, and the cyclical nature of the earth and all things, there's so much more to this, and I'll go into a different video about it, and share some of the stuff that I've been picking up recently, which is incredible. But all that to say, it's all connected, really. And we're experiencing, so Sandra Walter is talking about, you know, intense energies until like the 19th of January, and that's absolutely in correlation with what's happening on our sun right now, which affects the earth, which affects us. It's all got to do with the magnetic field of the earth. A lot of it does, and a reminder that we each have not only a magnetic field around us, but around every single cell. In essence, we are packets of sunshine in every single one of our cells. Therefore, we are. You are. I am. We are. Good news, right? That's good stuff. So yeah, and what Ben is talking about, what's happening right now, like the coronal mass ejections and, you know, all the sun activity correlates with Sandra, and Sandra's, she's been at what she does for decades, like I think a couple of decades, an absolute sort of way shower in terms of energy and the grid around the planet, light, all things good, all things Christ, all things God. So yeah, and what I really wish to point out there is that the stuff that comes into her that she shares, like the energy sort of report that for 2022 came in last year. If I'm remembering correctly, like it came in like a year ago, for example. She gets these sort of downloads a year in advance. So call that what you will. I'm not calling it anything except correlations, and beautiful ones at that. So now correlating to myself, I think I've shared before, you know, I feel things. People channel things or channel beings, whatever. There's Abraham Hicks, there's Lee Carroll, Esther Hicks, who channels Abraham, and Lee Carroll, who channels Cryon, and then there's Lee Harris, who channels, for example, disease. There's loads of people out there channeling and giving messages right now. I don't do that. I love them, and I'm so appreciative to them, because again, they come around, and you know, the things that they say in my mind correlate to what Ben says, correlate to things that the CIA has released, declassified, there are so many correlations. I see big pictures, essentially, and I I very much feel. So and things just come. So actually, going back to Sandra Walter, finally, I think I started saying this about 4 minutes ago. Doesn't matter. Time is dissipating too. Anyhow, over the past week, I made a shift. I moved again on, I believe, Sunday. Can't remember. Doesn't matter. During the week since, I don't know how to call them, visions, dreams, whatever. So if you remember what I was saying in Sandra's newsletter, she was saying, you know, there were 4 things which I relayed to you via her, and they stood out in a, okay, so let's call it, they stood out in a vision in gold letters with like crystal white in the background. So before I read that newsletter, I had a really cool experience, and that's actually now, yeah, we can, I suppose, call it a vision, where during the night as I slept, I saw that. There was, but I don't know what the word was, so I'll describe it and then I'll go back to that in a second. There was a word that came forward, sort of emblazoned in gold, and there was like all this white light behind it, and that was it. I didn't see the word, but I just accepted that happened. And so here's the thing, when I and I don't know why I didn't see the word, whether I was scared or I don't know why, but when something like that happens, I know by now that things will come to me, and I'll be able to translate what that meant. So in comes Sandra Walter and her newsletter a few days later, and here I am. Here we are. So all is well, all is good. And actually, and there was, I think it was the next night, or maybe the same night, I can't remember. But again, and this time there was no word, but there was just this massive light. And I'm not sure if it was actually, if I was awake and it was outside, and I'm on the upper floor of a house. So I'm not sure if it was outside, and if it was in the sky, or if it was again in my vision. I don't know, but cool things are happening, and yeah, you know, the blue sparkles and the white sparkles, that is increasing. Just magical stuff. It's so beautiful. Please join me, and I was saying so much in the end of 2021, you know, how do you get to a place of this bliss with all that sort of crap going on, or not crap, sorry, all the stuff going on in the world? Well, you make it your intention to feel your best in any given moment. So really the teaching is, and this is what I'm putting together for students, for the young guys, wherever, that you know, the question is, can you think better than you're feeling? And when you can do that, then you'll start to feel better than you were thinking. And then you'll start to think better than you were feeling. And it'll just continue to go upwards and upwards and upwards, and a spiral upwards rather than downwards. And I know it sounds really sort of backwards, contradictory, paradoxical, whatever you want to call it. However, there have been incredible people that did just that and extraordinarily changed their lives. And I use Dr. Joe Dispenza as an example. Please, if you don't know who he is, well, I'll pop a link in below. However, Dr. Joe does what he does now due to, and it's teaching people how to access more than just what we normally walk and see and blah, blah, blah. Dr. Joe, long story short, was in a bike race, big major one, Tour de something, I don't know, I can't remember. And he was hit by a car, and to condense the story, he was paralyzed. If I'm correct, he lost mobility of his spine was crushed. He was screwed basically, and he was lying in a hospital bed, and I believe on his belly, face down, and you know, he had already been in touch with the sort of mystical, which absolutely isn't, and he says that too. But it was. He decided that he needed to, now was his opportunity, since he couldn't move, now was his opportunity to put everything into action that he had learned before. All the yoga practices, all the sort of mental reprogramming and blah, 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 all that kind of stuff was now at his fingertips to use. Because he couldn't use anything else. And so he used his mind to get himself into a better place. Now, just check him out. Just, you know, Google, YouTube, whatever, DuckDuckGo it, him, Dr. Joe Dispenza, find out his story. So that is, so going right back to, can you think better than you feel? So if you've got a cold, if you've got the thing, the virus, whatever, if you're in a bad situation with a partner, if your kids are unruly, whatever it is, I promise you, if you can start to coax yourself into thinking better than you feel. And what does that mean? That means noticing. Now I go back to Dr. Zach Bush, you know, where he talks about like how, you know, love isn't the most important thing, it's beauty. And I get that. For me, the two are synonymous. And noticing the beauty of life. And it's one word, okay? And it's noticing. Notice beautiful things. And comment, like, it'll change your life. Just try it. Just try it. Don't take my word for it. Don't take my word like for anything that I say, but try to give it a go and see that your life won't change. But really, and like properly give it a go. It's not like, oh, the sun is beautiful. Okay, that's fine. And Manj, I'm not feeling better yet. It's not like that. It's a practice, okay? It's a practice, but we're in a time-space reality where this sort of practice can be really taken up by the cosmos, and you can fly with it, not run with it, fly with it, especially right now, going back to Sandra Walter and the latest activity from the sun, the cosmic rays, that it's now where you have the opportunity to fly. And then, you know, after the 19th, then we'll just run again, that's okay. But do your best to feel good right now. I think that's all. There was something more I was going to say, but and just a little bit more on the sun. So we're having incredible activity going on the sun, and we've got a weakening magnetic field. Which means that we as humans are affected. I've said this before, and it's not limited to what I say, where there's we really feel it in our hearts. So people who have heart issues, they might be amplified, but cognition, animals going weird, all kinds of stuff. And you know, to compound that, we are what's the date today? 15th of January. The 17th brings us a full moon, so we know that that amplifies things as well. So the sun and the moon are working together, and hey, there we are, sandwiched right there between. And it's all good, it's all fine. Just take care of yourself. Self-care right now is at the forefront. Really, really, really take care of you. Nothing matters more. When you take care of you, then all those around you that you're trying to take care of will benefit from your self-care. So I believe now that's it. Well, we will end it there. So loads of love to you. Happy to be back. Happy that you've joined me. And until next time, God bless you. And loads of love. Bye for now.